love triangles. You'll have the dumpster fire that they provide, or you groan every time you see one. Either way, it always seems like they turn up. They're like a hydra. You think that, hey, maybe one of these massive, big, giant franchises are done, then maybe the love triangle will just die out. But no, because two other ones decide to emerge. It's intriguing, but also frustrating that this trope never seems to die. And that's what I want to unpack today. I want to figure out what the heck is the deal with love triangles. Like a typical romance, like ones found in any Disney princess movie, the affections between person A and person B are equal. A likes B, B likes A. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just the only thing standing in their way is, are they going to end up together or not? But a love triangle brings a little spice. Having two people pining over one person's affections. Popularly seen in movies like Twilight. And I feel like this is the most common approach to it. But then there's another version of the love triangle that makes it even more chaotic. Having every single person in the love triangle pining for a different person. So that means A likes B, B likes C, C likes A. I don't really see this one used that frequently. The only time that really pops into my brain is in Glee. There was like this Valentine's Day episode where like everyone was in this love triangle. And now that I think about it, why is it called a love triangle when literally anyone can be involved with it?
We're not talking about this or this. We're talking about this.
Now that we know what it is, let's get into where it came from. I'm gonna be honest, this was my main question for this whole video. But I couldn't find an actual answer. I looked through blog posts, psychology papers, and I even looked at a law journal to see if I could find the origins of where this came from. Oh my god, I'm not in a love triangle. I just want to know where this cliche originated from. And despite me not knowing where the first one came from, I can tell you it's been here for a very, very, very long time. We're talking ancient Greece old here, with classic tales of gods fighting over one another like Hephaestus and Ares, fighting over the love of Aphrodite, or whatever scandalous thing Zeus was doing when he was indeed married to his sister. Ancient Greece was such a different time. Okay. This trope could even be older than that. I mean, it's a very primal desire of jealousy and lust. I guess this will be one of those questions that will taunt me for the rest of my existence. Until I find an answer. It'll be my white whale. Within the 1600s, William Shakespeare popularized it even further, with things like Romeo and Juliet and whatever the heck Midsummer's Night Dream was. I'm sorry, that was a little uncalled for. I'm just more of a Hamlet fan myself. Gotta love a character going through an existential crisis. Now, the trope got even more popular in the 1800s, with Emily Bronte and Jane Austen taking a crack at it. And that popularity hasn't waned in the slightest because some of the most successful movies of all time include it. Those classic movies are Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, and Titanic. And the plot device has gotten even bigger with the phenomenon that was Twilight. And I still have some post-traumatic stress from the Team Edward versus Team Jacob debates that would ensue on the playground at my middle school. All I wanted to do was eat my peanut butter sandwich in peace. But no, we had a debate on who was hotter. It was a different time back then, okay? Although it feels like there's no escape from this trope whatsoever. In fact, I feel like people just keep on throwing paper into the flames to make it even bigger, and that flame will never die out. Why do so many storytellers use it? Well, if the purpose of telling a story is to showcase change, then that means that the love triangle is actually a good visual of showcasing that.
Oh, you stink!
Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming. But let me explain first. In a movie like Sweet Home Alabama, Reese Witherspoon has the choice between two dudes. One who's a successful politician versus a country boy from her childhood. Each one of these guys can give Reese a very good life, but the plot isn't really about them. It's about Reese and her decision to pick which moral principle is more important to her. Her ambition and job versus her family and where she grew up. The love triangle itself holds some importance, but it's not the whole story. The main focus is on Reese's growth as a character. And this isn't an isolated event either. Stories like Pride and Prejudice use the love triangle to emphasize the morals that the character is going through. Now let's flip the concept on its head and look at something like Harley Quinn the series, where it's not really about the main character having to decide which person is better. It's about Harley being one of the suitors, trying to fight for her affections over Poison Ivy. And in order for her to do that, she has to start cleaning up her messes. And that is her intrinsic change that is closely resembling Reese and her journey. Now that's how love triangles should be written. Sadly, that's not always the case. You see, then we have things like Twilight. Through 4 books and 5 movies, the only plot that is going on is who Bella is going to end up with. Will it be Edward, the shiny vampire, or Jacob, the werewolf that I don't think owns a shirt? I get it, you have a nice physique, but can you please put some clothes on? All of this is held together by Bella, whose personality is the equivalent to a wet mop. Ooh. I read that in the script and I was like, ooh, I'm so sorry. That's kind of mean. Honestly, if someone told me that my personality was the equivalent to a wet mop and meant it, I would probably laugh hysterically. That's pretty funny. You know what? I'm gonna add that to my bucket list. That's great. My apologies for my tangent. As funny as the movies in Twilight are, this is the only plot that happens. It doesn't seem like our protagonist learns anything, or the guys that are fighting for her have no symbolic reason of why they're there in the first place. And every movie asks the same question of who Bella will end up with, and it never gets answered, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on, making her feel indecisive and insensitive, stringing these boys along for so long. Just make a decision here, lady, please. And this seems to be like the way that love triangles are used nowadays. It's an easy way to make drama. I hate to say it, but I do like the chaos that ensues because of it. Mostly for that episode when everyone finds out the truth about everyone's secrets and then like everything goes crazy. I may not be a chaotic person, but gosh, do I love watching chaos. I think that's the reason why they're so widely used. Not only do they provide entertainment, but they showcase growth within the character, if used correctly. Now, from the many blog posts and videos that I've watched on this concept, it kind of seems like the reason why people really enjoy this is because it makes them feel special in a way. At least that's how they put it. And I have to say, if I was ever in a love triangle, I think I would hate it with a burning passion. It would be a distraction, but also I think I would handle it in the most efficient way so I wouldn't string anyone on and just rip the band-aid off and be like, this person's better than that person, okay? Get out of my face. But if both suitors were as annoying as Jacob and Edward, I'd gladly stay single. I mean, that's just me though, but whatever. As far as I'm aware, I believe that love triangles will never die, surging in popularity now and again, but I just hope that this time it's like Sweet Home Alabama, that builds a connection, rather than yearning on the concept of having love. And nothing more. But hey, that's all I gotta say about that. Question of the day. What is your favorite use of a love triangle? Or what's your least favorite? I'm quite curious to know. If you want to be like Cupid and spread some love to this channel, then why don't you like the video? It helps out a lot and tells YouTube that this channel does indeed exist. And if you're looking for a match made in heaven, then why don't you click on this video right here? I'll see you when I see ya. Okay, bye.